Hark how the bows, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they bound, raising their sound. Oh, hill and dale, telling the tale. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs.
Hi, look who's here. It's Sam. We just had a look. I'm so excited.
It's cold, I know.
It is cold. We're
Yes.
gonna get some food and we'll talk when we're warm.
Yes.
I'm gonna video you, okay? Okay.
I feel so awkward. I'm like taller.
Hello, friends. Welcome back. This is, look who's here. It's Sam from Sam Reads a Little. She used to live in Utah, and we hung out a few times. Not as many as we should have. I should have. Anyway, she's here now. It is. It really is. It's all my fault. I'm so glad that she's here. We got a lift in. I mean, this vlog is going to be pretty chaotic. Sorry, not sorry. And we went and got some food.
Yes.
And now she has to go home. She has to go home.
Let's go back to Florida.
It's been fun.
It has. Yeah.
She's one of my dearest book friends. So I just wanted to pop in and say hello. And are you reading anything right now?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I don't have a book update for you. I haven't read anything else since yesterday.
We talked a lot about books, but
we did talk a lot about books.
Not reading anything.
We didn't talk to you about books, just us.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next clip. And bye, Sam. Hello, friends. Welcome back to Vlogmas. Today is December 21st, which is a Wednesday, so I didn't vlog anything yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm running out of steam. I'm running out of steam. Filming a video, I had a lot of videos pre-filmed, but I didn't have enough, obviously. I didn't have 25 pre-filmed. And doing the daily vlogging, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's the week before Christmas, and of course, you know, like, there are things that I need to do that I haven't done yet, so this vlog is going to just be the last one, and it's going to come out on Christmas Day. But yeah, hi babies. Oh, hello. Both dogs are out, so it's chaotic in here. But I wanted to, I have a few cups of tea to taste for you. I think 3 at least. And then I have something to unbox. I got this from Caitlin, and then I'll tell you just briefly about what I'm reading and go from there. I honestly haven't been reading a ton, and that's why I haven't really been updating my blog, is because I haven't been reading a ton. So, okay, this is from Caitlin. I'm very excited. Oh, this is exciting. This is my dear friend Katie on Instagram. I've known her for so long. Like, I think her and Ollie, I think, are my oldest Bookstagram friends. And she also does crochet. So she sent me this gift with this beautiful card. And let's see. Oh, that's so nice, Katie. She sent me some vintage romances, which I'm very excited about. And then she also sent me this beautiful ornament that she made. She crochets these for her Etsy shop. And isn't it so cute? Like, I love the colors. It's very me, isn't it? It's like a vibe. This is very me. Thank you so much, Katie. This is absolutely beautiful. I love this so much. I'll have her Etsy, I'll have her Instagram linked down below, which should have a link to her Etsy shop. So let's see what else she sent me. Look at this beautiful one. I do not have this book. She said in the card she was worried if I had any of these. I don't have this one, and I love it. This is gorgeous. Thank you so much for that one. I love vintage romance novels more than just about anything. Okay, I'm very excited about this. Look at this beauty. when I just did my historical romances that I want to read next year, some of you mentioned this one, and I definitely want to read this. I don't have this edition of this. I think I have the large print, but like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this cover. I'm also obsessed with the font. Like, it's just gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I love it so much. That is a prize. Thank you so much, Katie. And now this one. Oh my gosh. Look at this beautiful, beautiful. Don't sniff my books. You're going to get them all wet. Miss Wanda, can you hear her panting? She's trying to get Kazi to play with her. And okay, look at this. I've literally never even heard of this. The Black Swan by Day Taylor, and there's like a pirate ship on the back. Like, look at how fat this is. You know, I see a book like this and I kind of get a little emotional. The green edges, like, look at how much this has been read. I get a little emotional because I'm like, how many women or men, how many women read this and this was like their escape in their life? Like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. This is the most exciting vintage book I've received as a gift in so long. This was published in 1978. I cannot wait to read this. I can't wait to read this. Please, if you are watching and you have heard of this book, look how shiny the font is, or you've read it yourself, please let me know, because I'm so excited about it. This is so exciting. Thank you so much, Katie. This literally just made my day. And I think this is almost 800 pages. Wow. There's a... Oh my goodness. There's spice right up to the very last page, y'all. I'm so happy with these. Thank you so much, my friend. I adore these. I adore this beautiful gift that you made me. This was just so nice, and I'm so grateful that our paths crossed too. So thank you so much. All right, now let me throw my garbage away. I can't reach it. Okay, so I haven't really been reading a ton since I finished A Holiday by Gaslight. I have been keeping up with my buddy read with Jessen of The Bear and the Nightingale, but we are kind of reading it a little slower, so I don't really have anything specific to share with you. I would love to do, I think what I will do is when we finish the whole series, I think I will film a review video for the whole series. Ma'am? Ma'am? What are you doing? Don't sniff the books. I know they're old and they smell lots of smells, huh? But, ma'am, thank you. This is what happens when you have a tall dog. I have just started a Stacy Reid audiobook, and this one starts with a bang. This is, I can't remember the title. It's on the picture. I am so sorry. But this is one of her indie published books, and the basic premise is that our hero finds this diary written by a woman, and it is filled with all of her deepest, darkest desires and fantasies and things that she has done, things she has witnessed, and he is so completely compelled by that he's like, I have to know who this woman is. So I am just brand new into starting that, but I'm very intrigued with it so far. I love Stacy Reid. This is pretty good so far. And then I'm almost done with Funny Feelings, and I am going to wait until I finally finish that book. I have like 50 minutes left in the ebook, and when I finish reading that, I will update you on that. So that's an update for now. I will taste the tea at some point, but I just wanted to open this package with you. Thank you so much, Katie, for sending it, and I'll see y'all later. I hope that your last-minute Christmas shopping, if you're doing any, is going well.
Up over Mars, you trim a tree, I put up a star. I wear a sweater, it's down to my knees, and you will be snow in the sky. You sing so softly, yeah, only we hear about the love you promised for all of our years, and we will sing our own Christmas song. I put up the stars. I wait, I sweaters down on my knees, and you will kiss the freckles on both of my cheeks, and we will sing Christmas.
Hello my friends, welcome back to Vlogmas. Guess what? Today is December 23rd, and I literally have 5 cups of tea here to taste for you because I have not done my daily vlogging clips this week before Christmas. Like, I don't know. I was all ready to do Vlogmas every single day, and then like the week before Christmas happened and I was like, oh, there's a very limited amount of time I have to do things I need to do. So here we are. I have some book mail to show you, so I'm going to do that first, and then we'll do the tea tasting. And then that may be all we'll do right now. Okay, look, I know I keep saying I'm going to talk about funny feelings, and I am, but I'm going to do that in the next clip, okay? We're going to talk about funny feelings in the next clip. So this clip is 100% book mail and tea tasting. So I got these beauties from SD. She sent me these, this Lorraine Heath, and the first in the Side Changeling series, which I've been meaning to read for literally years. I'm so grateful for her for sending me these. Thank you so much, SD. I am very excited. And I love a Lorraine Heath cover, you know? They're just so beautiful. Okay, and then Sweet Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl sent me this beautiful book. She's been raving about this, and I am very, very, very excited to read it, and I think it's just gorgeous. I love it so much. I think that if you're going to do an object cover for a romance novel, like, this is the way to go. It's just stunning, like, so pretty. And then I got a box from Bell Book Box. They sent me this. This is them sending me promotional material, so I am excited. But looky. First of all, we have tabs. That's wonderful. And look at this sticker. Is that not gorgeous? I am kind of obsessed with that. That's like literally one of the prettiest stickers I've ever seen in my life. Now let's see the books. I know other people have gotten their box, but I haven't gotten mine yet, and I haven't been spoiled for it, so this is exciting. I don't know what these are going to look like. Oh my goodness, that is stunning. I know you want to see it, but I'm looking at it first. Oh my gosh, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous cover. I believe it's called Absinthe. I've never even heard of this, but I mean, can you see amidst the glare? Like, there's this like gold vein. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely stunning, and just pure gold edges. Like, her legs on the back. This is quite honestly one of the most beautiful books I've ever seen. Let me see if I can take this off. I can't right now. Because I want you to see it without the glare, because it's literally so pretty. But I can't get it off. Porter, come help me. Okay, I'll show it to you later, but just, it's so pretty. And then this one by Natasha Madison. The tagline on the bottom says, at the end of the day, you only get one forever. It's called Only One Forever. This one is also pretty. Like, these books are very, they're very luxurious, I feel like. Very elegant gold. Like, I don't know what either of these are about, to be quite honest, but I mean, I feel a little bit like Gollum. These are precious. These are absolutely beautiful. These are some of the most beautiful special editions I've ever seen, and cross your fingers that they're also wonderful books, because I want to read these. I'm going to actually go look them up and see if they're on KU, so I don't have to open my beautiful physical copies, because yes, I am that type of book hoarder. So yeah, that was a really fun box. I love that. Gosh, like, So pretty. Okay, let's do the tea tasting since we have 5 cups of tea here. So some of these flavors are kind of, not some. There's one that's, this is the flavor. I've had this one before and I feel like it's a little weird. It's called Always Nuts. And it smells really good though. Like it smells like nutty. It smells like those, you know those like cinnamon almond shops in the mall they used to have? I don't know if they still have them. I haven't been to a mall in what feels like a million years. That's what this smells like. And it actually tastes like that too. Like that's friggin' delicious. So even though I was like, that's a weird name, this is fabulously good. Go get him, Tiger Mug. 10 out of 10 for that one. Okay, so now this one, I don't think I'm gonna like because it's, you know how I feel about green. This is pomegranate. Yeah, I just don't like that. I think it's disgusting. Yuck. No. So the nuts, 10 out of 10. Pomegranate, green, 1 out of 10. Okay, this one I actually do have. I bought some of this, I believe, last year after I had their calendar because it felt like so Christmassy. So this is Rooibos Nutcracker. It's a unicorn mug. That's really good also. I love this one. This one has like a really strong rooibos flavor, which I actually love that taste. But I know that some people don't, but I love it. Okay, now this one I'm excited about. This one is Candy Cane. This is my Over It AF mug. Okay. That one's good. That's probably like a 6 out of 10. That one's pretty good. The Rooibos Nutcracker is probably like a 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10 because like the Just Nuts was so good. Okay, so now this one is Rooibos Noel. I'm excited to have another Rooibos one because that's my favorite. So this one is interesting. It has like citrus in the background. Citrus. Yeah, this one tastes very much like, I would imagine, like a really old-fashioned like Christmas celebration, like when you're like stringing dried orange slices on your tree or something like that. It's fantastic. So, okay, I am going to tease a little bit about Funny Feelings. I did finish Funny Feelings. I gave it 5 stars. It's absolutely beautiful, but I do want to talk about it, so we'll talk about that in my next clip tomorrow when I will review it for you, because I have some stuff to say, but I gotta go right now. So, thank you for watching this tea tasting and opening book mail with me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on Christmas Eve, and we'll do the last clip, the last tea tasting, and we'll wrap up the books that I've been reading. Hi friends, Merry Christmas Eve, Happy Christmas Eve if you celebrate it. Today is Christmas Eve. I had to run to the grocery store to get a few things because I did all my grocery shopping yesterday, I thought, for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Like, oh my gosh, I washed my hair this morning and I didn't dry it and it's like getting tangled. So I had stuff, like I don't do a huge Christmas dinner, it's just for our family. And my my oldest son is hopefully coming over too. But I do make a Christmas breakfast, and so I got the stuff for Christmas breakfast, Christmas dinner, and like snacks throughout the day. And I'm sitting there making my grocery list and I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. And I'm like, oh well. And then last night I realized what I had forgotten and I told my youngest son, I said, I forgot to get the stuff to make pizzas because we always make homemade pizzas on Christmas Eve and have root beer floats. Like almost all of my holiday traditions are around food. It is what it is. Anyway, and he like had this look on his face like he was sad, and I'm like, are you sad? And he's like, a little. And I'm like, okay, I'll go back to the store. So I just went to my last grocery shopping. I am not coming back to the store. I don't even care. I don't care if I've forgotten something. That's not true. I'll probably come back if I did forget something. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about a book that I had just read. I just finished Right by Janet Aston. I've never read this book before. This book was gifted to me by Pardon This Book Addict. I will have her linked down below. She just started a YouTube channel if you want to go and give her a follow. And she's been on Instagram for quite a while, and if you are a romance booktuber, you've probably talked with her or seen her in your comments before. But she had asked if I had read this author, and I said no. And she said, I really want to know what you think about the heroine and the hero. So let me tell you the brief synopsis about this book. It basically begins when our heroine is young. There's a very brief time when she's a child and she meets her brother's best friend, and she just develops this insane crush on him that lasts for years, all the way up until when she goes into college, and she is like doing all of this scheming to try and get him to fall in love with her, which, you know, does feel very, very teenager, 19-year-old to me. It does feel a little bit immature. And she ends up needing a ride. I'm not sure if it's to the university or from. And the boy she likes, it's his older brother. So there already was a little bit of an age gap between her and the boy that she liked, and now we have an even bigger age gap between the guy who is her crush's brother. So they're in the car together for like 4 hours, and at that moment, it's when the brother, Sawyer, decides that he's in love with her. He just falls in love with her at first sight, and he's rich, filthy rich, is determined to have her, and then proceeds to basically woo her with buying her lots of expensive gifts and sending her cards and notes, and just really, really working hard to get her to fall for him, you know. And it works. It totally works. Like, she is charmed by it. She definitely falls for him, and one of the things that she really falls for is this pair of fancy boots that he buys her, and his nickname for her is Boots. And so it's their romance. Now, I will say right off the bat that I did not hate this book, but I also didn't love it, and I think that is because this is very distinctly not a Crystal type of book. This felt fun and enjoyable in the same way that like in the same way that sort of like a rom-com movie would feel. Like, this is a rom-com. I think it's a rom-com. They did have good banter. The heroine was, you know, there were some funny bits for sure. And I did really like the hero. I mean, listen, who's not gonna like this guy, right? He falls for her pretty hard. He starts out, he seems to be like he's gonna be alpha, but pretty soon he turns out to be a pretty serious alpha mellow, which I liked that. Like, so I did like the hero a lot. Honestly, this book feels very strong, like, wish fulfillment, which is not a bad thing at all, right? I mean, that's fabulous, but I think there were just certain things in here, like how wealthy he was, how ardently he pursued her, you know, just how all of the interaction and setup, even between their first night that they were together, like, it's really great wish fulfillment. So I think that I would recommend this book to someone who wants that type of a book, someone that wants just a really fun, happy, romantic experience. However, the third act conflict is really, truly what brought this down for me. So I feel like I'm gonna give this a 2.5, rounded up to 3. Oh my gosh, this is what happens when I just wash my hair. My bangs don't know how to behave because they're like clean. And anyway, I feel like this is for me, this is a 2.5. I'm gonna round it up to 3 on Goodreads. That looks crazy. But the third act conflict just came literally out of nowhere. It just came out of nowhere, and the hero just completely ghosts her, stonewalls her. Everything was going great, everything was going fine, and then all of a sudden he's just like, I need time. And he doesn't give her a reason. He just completely like backs off and backpedals. And then you do find out the reason, and I didn't like the reason. I felt like it was kind of a cheap trick to throw in there at the end to cause the conflict, and it just seemed so completely unnecessary. I think that, anyway, so I didn't like the third act conflict, and for most of this book it was a 3, and that really brought it down to a 2. Truly, this is probably a 2-star book for me, but to be generous in the spirit of Christmas, we're gonna do 2.5 and round it up to 3. So the heroine was okay. I didn't love her. I felt like she was a bit quirky, a bit over the top. Like, she even has a line in here where she herself says, people say that I'm too much. And the hero's like, no, I don't think you're too much. And I'm like, I think you're too much. Like, I just didn't really vibe with her personality. She definitely was, she was too quirky. I didn't like her. I didn't like her. She just seemed to be too much. And that's where I am bringing it back to what is it about this book that makes it not a Crystal book? And I think it's really that the development of the characters and relationship was very shallow. Very, very shallow. It was there in a way to just provide entertainment value. I really liked the hero up until the third act conflict, and then that made me so mad because I can't even tell you. There are very few things that I despise more than a hero who, for no reason as given to the reader, just completely shuts the heroine out. Like, he just stonewalls her no, I despise that so much. I don't think I've ever mentioned that before because I don't think it comes up very often in the romances that I read, but it did here, and I absolutely hated it. Like, hated it. So, okay, I'm not feeling generous anymore. I'm gonna give this a 2-star. And I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I really, really wanted to like this, but this is just a book that's not for me. You know, if you don't have issues with third act conflict, if you don't have those specific issues with the hero behaving in that way, this might be for you, because it was a fun read up until that point. And I will say that the writing in this was very clean. It was very invisible. It was there just to tell the story, which, I mean, A+ for that, for sure, because I definitely feel like that can be a big issue with a lot of authors, in particular, indie romance authors. The writing can be a hang-up for me, but that wasn't the case here. But it was just weak and shallow characterization on both of them. I didn't feel like there was really any depth to the story, and I definitely prefer meat. I want to have something to really like sink my teeth in. I want them to have problems. I want I want there to be more angst. I want there to be more drama. I want to like feel a little bit of pain. And I didn't, other than the pain that I felt at the third act breakup, which wasn't really pain, it was just like a great sense of frustration. Because I feel like that's just a really lazy trick on the writer's part to have that be the conflict and to have the hero behave in the way that he did. When before, he had truly been set up to be this wish fulfillment type of guy. So I am so sorry, but I gave this 2 stars, but thank you so much for the audiobook. I did enjoy listening to it, and I was able to review it for this vlog. So, alright. It's Christmas Eve. I'm gonna go home and do Christmas Eve stuff. I will taste the tea, and then I will, for sure, wrap up Funny Feelings. Actually, should we do Funny Feelings now? Let's do Funny Feelings right now, okay? Okay, so Funny Feelings. This book was absolutely beautiful. I wasn't quite sure what I was getting into with this book, other than I knew people loved it. But I do have to say that the thing that really tipped me over the edge to reading this immediately was Jessen's video review, where she was talking about this in her recent reads, and she just got so emotional, and she was talking about how beautiful it was, and it was just a 6-star book for her, and I was like, I have to read that book right now. So I really enjoyed this book. It was absolutely beautiful. This book was a 5-star read for me. I thought that it was, honestly, if you want a book that is just deeply romantic with mutual pining on both sides, that has really excellent characters, a great slow build to the relationship, like, I could not recommend this more. It was just a pure delight. This book just felt like joy from beginning to end, and I have like very, very minor complaints about it, like the third act conflict. That's a minor complaint that I have. I felt like it was glossed over too quickly. I didn't love that at all. I feel like there was potential there for that to be something that added a bit more of pain to the book. I say pain, but really what I mean is like emotional depth that would cause them to have to reconcile their differences, you know? And that just didn't happen here. I mean, they did reconcile their differences, but the third act breakup in here felt a bit... The actual reason for the breakup was legit, but the repair seemed a bit shallow. It seemed a bit too easy, it seemed a bit too fast, and I just don't love that in my conflicts with my couples. I want to see them working through it. That's actually a pretty common complaint of mine in all books. When the resolution happens, I don't want it to just be like a blink and it's over, you know? Like, that is actually what my main issue was with Flawless, even though I dearly loved that book. So, I don't want to diminish the absolute joy that this book is, because if you just need a boost of serotonin, like, please read this book, because it was just joyful, happy, everything about it. Like, it was funny. It's about this woman, she's a stand-up comedian. She is dealing with some sort of emotional baggage, but it's not heavy and it's not really unpacked a ton, but you do see she's got issues with her father and things like that, relationship issues. And the hero is a single dad. He's a bit older. He's her manager. He was a very famous comedian, and he's sort of developed some stage fright, and he's working through those issues. But he also has a young daughter. She's like 10 years old, and he's a single dad. Her mother passed away, and she's deaf, so there's sign language used in here. And I will say that the deaf representation in here was absolutely beautiful and fantastic. I say that because I have a son who has hearing loss, pretty substantial hearing loss. But I just adored this book. I loved it. It was beautiful. It was sweet. Something else this book did that I was very impressed with, the writing in here was fantastic. It was both subtle and witty and charming, and it never felt over the top. It was just absolutely delightful to read. But the thing that really impressed me with this book was how deftly the author was able to build emotions and keep you engaged with the characters and what was happening with their relationship, and it never felt to me like it was really slowing down, even though this is an extremely low angst book. And I like high angst reads. This is very low angst, like extremely low angst, but it was just so beautiful. It was just this look into their relationship. There were a lot of moments in here where they were together and happy, and I just really, really loved it. So I think that the author really manipulated your emotions in a very, very proficient way. Like, she was extremely good at that. It never felt like emotional manipulation. It just felt like this subtle amping up of the realization that the characters had back and forth with each other, and I just loved it. It was charming, it was swoony, it was romantic. I just adored it. I loved the hero, I loved the heroine. I think there's so much depth to the characters in here, and I just loved it. So, like I said, I have a very minor complaint about the third act conflict, but I also do sort of wish that the way that the back and forth time jumps, it's not time jumps, but you will have scenes in the past, and then you'll jump forward to the future, so I guess it is a time jump. And then you'll kind of do that back and forth throughout the whole thing, and I do think that that is something that for me as a reader is not always successful. It can be, but I felt like it kind of didn't entirely work for me here, and I think that is mostly because of how it was hard to sort of keep track of. The whole way through they had feelings for each other, but the thing that the time jump did was, do they know that the other person feels that way? And there were a lot of points where they didn't, and so that kind of seemed to not flow in a really cohesive way for me personally. But again, that's not enough. Those two are the only minor complaints that I have about this, and like I said, it's not high angst. I prefer high angst. This book is not intended to be high angst. So I did really, really enjoy this, and it was a solid 5-star, and I'm very glad that I read it. I loved it. It was beautiful. So, I mean, you know me, I can't talk about a book without saying something that I can see to critique about it, except for Heartless. I'm sorry, or Kennedy Ryan, okay? All right, I've been in the parking lot for 15 minutes almost. I'm gonna go home and we'll do tea tasting and stuff, and I'll talk to you all later. And Merry Christmas Eve. I will see you one more time to wish you a Merry Christmas. It will be Christmas Day when you're watching this. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday if you celebrate it, and I hope you had a great season. doggo head. This is crazy. Hello. Hello, friends. It's Christmas Eve night, and I'm in my studio, and it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. This always makes me sad when I film the very last clip for Vlogmas, because it's just, even though, like, I did start to feel burned out towards the end of this project, and it is a lot of work, but I love it. I love doing it. I love filming bits and pieces here and there about my life, and talking to you every day about what I'm reading and what I'm thinking, and it's just such a fun project and experience. And I know I've said it before, and without being too sappy, thank you for joining me and for watching these videos and vlogs and for leaving your comments, and it was great. So let's do the final tea tasting, and then I need to go wrap Christmas presents. No, don't. I gotta keep him like right here. He's gonna bump my setup with my camera. He didn't do it. Okay, so today's is the very last tea, and it is white chocolate peppermint. I'll taste it right now. I don't think I've had this before. I think this is new. It's so yummy. It's so good. This is an excellent one. This is pretty sweet, but I mean, I like sweet stuff, so I don't even mind. This is delicious. So thank you, my friends, for joining me for Vlogmas. It's been a blast. I've loved it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and Merry Christmas if you're watching this on Christmas, or if you celebrate it, happy holidays, have a wonderful winter season, and I'll see y'all in my next video.